Thanks for being here. Happy Memorial Day. Before we get started, I want to just give a shout out to all the brave men and women who make this meeting and this day and this wonderful summer hockey camp an opportunity for us. So thank you to those guys. Real quick, we'll go over the agenda. We'll do some staff introductions. We will get into the training program details. We'll talk about our bowling policy. We'll talk about our jersey pickup. Dropping off and picking up athletes. We'll talk about the expectations of the athletes, special events. We'll touch on the Camper of the Year and the weekly Camper Awards. We'll talk about some social media, and then we'll leave time for questions at the end. So before we go into introducing our staff, so I'm very confident in our staff. We have guys and girls who have played at pretty much the highest level, whether that's NHL, ECHL, college hockey, juniors. We've actually had some athletes and coaches play at the international level for Team USA. So we're very, very excited and confident in our staff. And we have 35 years of combined experience. So very knowledgeable staff. And we try to basically get the best people involved to help the kids because it's all about the kids, and the better coaches we can find, the better outcomes they're going to have with their development. Brief introduction of myself. My name is Corey Lushenko. I'm the owner of Lushenko Athletics, LLC. I've been doing this for about 13 years, coaching youth players aged 5 through college. It's a real joy and passion of mine, and I'm really blessed and honored to be able to be in this position to help the athletes learn and grow. I'm also a Chisago Lakes High School coach, and I serve as an assistant principal in Forest Lake. Just a quick background, I graduated from Chisago Lakes High School, went on and played junior hockey. After junior hockey, I was recruited to play college hockey at River Falls. And at River Falls, I was a college hockey player and a college track and field athlete. So I like to say I specialize in hockey development and speed development, and those are two things that go hand in hand in making sure your athlete's getting the most out of the program. I will now pass it over to Blake Lazat.
Hey everyone, let me know if someone unmute themselves if they can't hear me. My name is Blake. For those of you that don't know me, a lot of familiar faces on here, so I've probably crossed paths with pretty much all of you at some point. Quick history is I grew up, just like probably a lot of you in this chat, in Chisago, played for them through high school, went on to play juniors in North Dakota for 3 years, and I went to St. Cloud State for 2 years, and then signed in Los Angeles, and have been in the NHL for the last 5 full seasons. A little bit on Coach Lushenko. He knows what he's doing, obviously. The programs he makes are detailed and has every single athlete, whether you're looking to get stronger, faster, better skill development, all the above. It's a detailed plan that's going to make you a better player as long as you apply yourself. I think applying yourself is probably the key word there. If you just show up to camp and kind of go through the motions and just kind of do that, be there because your parents dropped you off, you're not going to get a ton of it. So listen to what all the coaches had to say, and especially Coach Lushenko. And if you apply yourself and work hard, you will get better. For myself, that was a big point for my development. Was kind of committing, you know what, I want to play in the NHL someday. I think I was 13 when I made that decision to finally go, you know what, this is what I want to do. And I made a plan for myself. I didn't just wish it to happen or got really lucky. It's you have to make it happen. So whether you want to make the A team, play on the varsity team, play college hockey, juniors, whatever your dreams are, start thinking about a plan that you're going to put in place now. And that is a great opportunity starting right now for this summer, is getting better and taking all the knowledge the coaches give you and soak that up. And secondly, let's have some fun this summer. That's what it's about. Hockey is supposed to be fun. And I look forward to skating with each and every one of you. And if you ever have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to Coach Lushenko to get my contact info. I'm more than willing to help out with any hockey questions or even life questions. So I'm a pretty open book. So again, feel free to reach out at any time.
Thank you, Blake. Guys, I just want to point out that Blake is always very gracious with his time. You know, I always say this stat, but we have as many NHL players as Edina does, and they're a powerhouse. And we're super thankful to have Blake, you know, come out and spend time with the kids. And you know, a lot of what I do at camp is things I've learned from Blake's father, Mike Lazat. So a lot of this information is passed down from generation to generation, and it's to hopefully make your athlete a better person and better player. I will now pass it over to my brother, Landon.
Hello, everyone. Say my camera's acting up a bit. I apologize for that, but just wanted to come on here. I'll be pretty quick. Obviously, I haven't been at the camp the past couple of summers. I did get a new job recently that doesn't allow me to work around those hours, but tell you what, I miss it a ton. Wish I could come back, but I will be filling in from time to time. Whenever Corey needs some help with a workout or just a couple hours of on the ice, I'll definitely fill in. But yeah, like I said, I miss it every summer. It's an awesome time being out there with the kids, watching them compete, watching them develop. I grew up with Blake. We were the same age. We had something similar when we were growing up with Corey McKinnon. Most of you must know of him, but yeah, and that's just the compete factor with your friends every day. I think that helps you a lot going into the season, kind of having that chip on your shoulder and obviously having fun as well. So this camp has done some really good things since the summer it started, and I'm happy to see it take off and even reach another level. I know Corey has some tricks up his sleeve to upgrade his camp every summer, so I'm excited to see what those things are. But yeah, even if I'm not coming to fill in, I'll be popping in just to say hi to the kids and some of the parents. But yeah, I will also be doing the fall. What is that called again, Corey? Sorry,
The
I'm
fall
blanking out.
pre-trial clinic.
Yep, the fall pre-trial clinic. I'll be running the defenseman for that. So I'm excited to see a good chunk of the kids. But yeah, I hope you have a great summer. Like you said, then just have fun with what you're doing and always put your foot forward to compete possibly can with your friends. And yeah, I look forward to seeing some faces this summer. So I'll pass it back to Corey.
Awesome. Thank you, Landon. I'm now going to pass it to my sister, Megan Miller.
Hi guys, can you hear me and see me? Good. So I am Corey's sister and Landon's sister, Megan Miller, formerly Megan Lushenko. I played high school hockey at Chisago like my brothers did. I was a Miss Hockey finalist, so that was pretty cool my senior year. And then I went on to play Division I hockey at Bemidji State University. So I will be coming to the camp to do some yoga, kind of popping in every now and then. I wish I could be there more, but I am a mom now, so pretty busy with my little girl. You may see her at the rink from time to time this summer. But I love coming and teaching you guys yoga. I know some of you, it's kind of different. It's different than hockey and being on the ice, but it is really good for the kids' mobility, flexibility, all those things that you don't realize that your body needs if you're training that hard at Lushenko Athletics all summer. Another thing I want to mention is I know the boys, Landon, Corey, and Blake have been great at saying, if you have questions. I also am available if anyone has questions. I know, maybe some of the girls, if you would prefer to talk to a female athlete that played at, Division I level, I would love to talk to any of the girls in camp, boys too. But if any of the girls would like to talk about, just training, hockey, life, anything, I am available. So I will hand it back over to my brother, but I look forward to seeing you guys at camp and teaching you some new yoga moves this summer.
Awesome. Thank you, Megan. Like she mentioned, yoga coach, going to be really important for injury prevention too, because we do push the athletes very, very hard. So she usually pops in for about 2 or 3 sessions over the summer, and we're looking forward to having her back. I will now pass it over to one of our coaches, Sam Johnson.
Hey, everybody. So I started last year with Corey at the camp, and I really enjoyed it. So I decided to come back for a second year. I love being there with the little kids. I mean, not so little, but I love being there with them, just seeing them grow up throughout the summers and then seeing them the next year and just training them and making them better. So I grew up Chisago kid, as many of these kids. I played youth hockey through Chisago in the winters, and then during the summers, I played for the Minnesota Blades. I've had buddies go off to Division I, NHL draft picks, a ton of stuff, and it was a really good program for me growing up. Then freshman year, I decided to go to Totino Grace to play AA hockey. I went there through freshman through junior year, and then this last year I decided to leave my senior year and played junior hockey. So I played majority of the year down in Rochester. And then for next year, I think I'm going to head up to the MJHL in Manitoba, either back to a Winkler or a different team up there. So
Awesome.
Corey here.
Yeah, thanks, Sam. So if you guys don't know this, Sam Johnson is actually the son of Mrs. Johnson, the principal at one of our elementary schools. So very, very well spoken, awesome kid. You know, he's chasing the dream of trying to, you know, be a college hockey player, maybe a pro hockey player someday. And he's super knowledgeable and has a ton of experience, and the kids love him. So thank you, Sam, for coming back. I will now pass it over to Brooke Clems.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brooke Clems, and this will be my first year coaching for the Lashenko camp. I was previously a captain my junior and senior year for the Chisago Lakes girls high school hockey team. And next year, I plan on attending Hamlin University to play hockey. I grew up in Chisago just like everyone else, and I love coaching and helping out with the youth, and I can't wait for the camp to start. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Clems. Like she said, it's her first year at camp, so athletes, be nice to her, and if you don't, she's going to make you run or do push-ups, whatever you prefer. The next couple of coaches were unable to make it, so I'll go through their slides quickly. We have Jake Wallen will be returning at camp. It's going to be his 4th year with us. Super awesome to have Jake on camp. He is a current pro player for the Wichita Thunder and the ECHL. He was Coach Blake Lazat's teammate at St. Cloud State. He's played at the international level for Team USA. And he's a White Bear Lake alumni. So super excited to have Coach Jake back. He's awesome with the kids, and you know, having a current pro player on your staff isn't always common, but you know, we try to get the best in the area to come help out the athletes. Jenna Lowry, current Division I player for the University of Minnesota Duluth. Like my sister, she was a Miss Hockey finalist, played at the national level. She's currently pursuing her MBA. So she graduated from UMD early, but going to pursue her education, and we appreciate that. She too was a Chisago Lakes alumni and will be her 4th year at the Lashenko camp. Next, we have Danny Bergen. She is a teammate to Coach Jenna Lowry. She also plays at UMD. She was a Miss Hockey finalist. Really awesome accomplishment. She was the USA Under-18 women's captain a few years ago. So very, very high honor. Her dad coached our girls hockey program for years, and he did a really good job. She's also the leading scorer in Chisago Lakes history, and this will be her 2nd year back with the Lashenko camp. So looking forward to having her back as well. Jake Johnson will be our goalie coach. He is the owner of a Head Goalie LLC. He has over 10 years of experience working with goalies. He's a Chisago Lakes high school teacher, and he coaches with the Elk River Bantam A program. So it's his 2nd year back. He'll work with the goalies. And I think he does a really good job. He's awesome with the kids. He knows what he's talking about. So great addition for our goaltending staff. Tate Swanson, he'll be the associate director at camp. He'll be handling a lot of the off-ice things that happen. Just graduated from St. Cloud State. He's a licensed teacher in health and physical education, so he knows a lot about you know, gross motor movements and, you know, how to move your body to be effective. He too was a Chisago Lakes alumni and will be entering his 4th year at camp. New to camp this year, we have Nick Jinks. He's a former player of mine. Can't say enough good things about Coach Jinks. I picked him to be a captain because he's a great leader. It's his 1st year at camp, and he graduated a couple years ago. One thing I want to say about our staff, guys, is as you can see at the resumes, very, very accomplished staff we have coming to work at camp this summer. And the one thing I specifically look for is, you know, is there any leadership experience that they have? So all of the staff that we have been captains at one point, whether that be high school hockey, juniors, college hockey. So I'm trying to find leaders to help lead the kids. Okay, now we'll kind of get into the nuts and bolts of why you're here tonight. So with our program, there's going to be over 42 hours of training. It sounds like a lot. That's going to be split between on ice and off ice. You'll get coaching from pro and collegiate players. We'll do a lot of filming of skating strides. We'll do athletic testing on the first day. At the end of camp, I will sit down with all of the families and we'll give you a player evaluation of how your athlete did over the summer. I think that's really cool, just to sit down with you guys and share some testing numbers and, you know, share what we think they do well and what we think they need to work on. We'll also do a lot of yoga. There's a handful of resources I'm going to pass out to you guys so you can utilize that, you in between when camp is done and to the start of the winter season. We also do offer private lessons. So anyone interested in that, just reach out to me via email and we can go from there. So we use technology a lot at camp. So the picture to the left there, that's Coach Landon. He's actually running a defensive film session. And me on the right, I'm actually filming some skaters doing some, edge work, working on their skating stride. So every week the athletes come to camp, we're going to start the week with watching film. So every Monday, we're going to watch a film clip of most likely a pro player or, an international player. And what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to have the athletes go on the ice and emulate that skill. Now, no, we do not expect the athletes to skate like Connor McDavid, but he's arguably the best skater in the world. And we're really going to break down the mechanics of how he skates and how that makes him effective. And then we're going to try to translate that on ice. So the film sessions won't be long. I know we got some mites and squirts and even some peewees in camp that get a little antsy. So we'll try to shoot for about a minute and a half film session. Then we're going to try to go on the ice and replicate that. So for off-ice training, the big things that we focus on is trying to build lower body explosiveness. And we do that through resistance training. Now, some people think of resistance training as lifting weights, which is true, but usually the younger athletes, they don't have the physical composition yet to lift weights, heavy weights that can be detrimental to their health. So we do a lot of like weighted sled pulls. We'll do a lot of banded runs. Those are okay for the younger athletes because it will not put stress on their body. Hockey players, you basically have to be strong everywhere, upper body, lower body, core. And we're really going to try to push the athletes hard. The dry lands are not easy. They're very difficult. It's going to be hot outside, but I promise you that you'll get better as long as you show up and put the work in. We will focus on stick handling, shooting as well, and then we'll mix in some of that mobility with yoga. On ice, our main goal is to increase speed and control. We have a lot of fast players, but don't always have control of the puck or control their body. So we really put an emphasis on skating and controlled skating. Again, trying to make that core stronger so you can hold yourself upright and have a better knee bend. So every session the athletes have will probably spend about 20 minutes on either edge work, stride work, or power skating. Skating to become a very, very important part of the game at the highest level. So we're going to work on skating a lot, as well as the skills that I mentioned previously. We're going to try to do game-like situations. We'll get into some positional training, not a ton. That's more of our fall clinic is when we'll do 4D training. And then, like I said, that skill focus every week is going to be crucial. And the skill focus helps keep me organized, and it helps me just to create the best development plan I possibly can for the athletes. Testing. So testing was new last year, and we're going to try to revamp it every year. So for on ice, we actually invested in some laser testing equipment. Why did we do that over the stopwatch? Well, it gives us the exact number, and it collects all the data that's shared to us through an app. So we will test on ice speed. We'll look at agility. The picture in the top is actually a radar gun. So we're going to assess shooting power. And then we'll also assess like how well they backwards skate, transitioning going forward to backwards. So what we'll do is we'll test the athletes the first week, and then we'll test them the last week, and then we'll see how much they improved. And that also is going to help us look at our development plan. So if athletes didn't get much better backwards skating, maybe the following summer we're going to put more of an emphasis on backwards skating. But it's just a tool that helps us collect data. And then, it's also cool for the athletes to compare year to year. Where were you a year ago from now? And as an assistant principal, I'm big on testing, so it's going to be a big part of camp. For off-ice, we're going to look at speed, agility. We're also going to assess cardiovascular endurance and lower body explosiveness through like long jumps. So on day one, we'll do all of our testing. If for whatever reason you do not attend day one and you happen to miss the testing, do not worry. We always schedule a couple days in July to make up that testing. We do have a bullying policy at camp. So at camp, we want everyone to feel included. We want to have a very inclusive environment. There have been some instances in the past where bullying has been present, and we really want to try to limit that as much as we can. So we follow a very three-step system. So if someone were to be bullying the first time, we remind them of expectations. Hey, you can't do that. And if it happens again, then strike two, we'll set up a meeting with the parents, meet face-to-face, and kind of go over some expectations. And the third strike, which we've only done a couple times at camp, but we have, if there's a problem with an athlete just not respecting the coaches or their peers, we will remove them from the camp and reimburse the money. Again, do not like taking that. I do not want to take that route. So athletes, if you're listening, please be respectful of everyone. This is more so for the Might U8 parents. In the morning when you drop, well, afternoon week 1, but in the morning, once we start week 2, if you could drop off your athletes and help tie skates, that would be great. There's 8 of us on staff, so we will tie skates and we have no problem doing that, but a little help from the parents is always appreciated. The jersey pickup, you guys should be aware of this. I will send out an email reminder, but Sunday, June 2nd at the Chisago Lakes Arena from 4 to 6 p.m., athletes and families come pick up your jerseys. The reason why we request you guys to pick up your jerseys on this day is because the first day is kind of hectic. You guys are running from school, and it gets to be a lot in the first day. So if you can help us minimize foot traffic on day 1 by coming to the jersey pickup, that would be greatly, greatly appreciated. So here's some things to just be aware of regarding dropping off and picking up your athletes. If you're ever going to be late, parents picking them up, just let us know and we'll have a coach hang out with them until you arrive. If you're unable to attend a week or day at camp, just shoot me an email. It helps us just practice plan. And if we know there's 5 less kids at camp or people are going to be missing, it helps us just create a better practice plan. Try to arrive 15 to 20 minutes prior to your first session. That just helps us get everyone organized, and if athletes need help tying skates or anything of that matter, that extra time is super crucial. And anyone doing kids club at the community center, please connect with me, because we actually have a transition schedule where we'll have a kids club staff member walk over to the rink and they will walk them to the community center. It's super helpful just to keep track and keep everyone safe. So here's the expectations for the athletes. There's probably 1,000 more, but these are the main ones. Like Coach Blake said, guys, really come and just try to work hard. I promise you will have fun, but there's going to be a lot of very hard days along the way. Push outside your comfort zone. If you go into practice and you're not very successful and you're falling a lot or you can't handle the puck, that's okay. That means you're getting better. That does not mean you're bad. So you really have to push outside your comfort zone. Ask questions. If you're kind of confused about a skill or you're unsure about how to do something, ask us questions. Like I said before, with the bullying policy, respect everyone's ability level. I'm very, really firm on this, but please make sure the athletes have athletic shoes, shorts, and a shirt. Training in Hey Dudes and Crocs are, I would say, not very competent if you're wanting to get the most out of your session. And the last part, guys, have fun. We're going to have fun. We're going to play games. We'll have a lot of fun events at camp. And don't forget, summer's about making memories and having fun too. So speaking of fun, I'll talk about our special events at camp. These are some pictures from the last couple of years, but the last day of camp before we take our break is going to be Thursday, June 27th. That's going to be USA Day. So athletes, throw on your red, white, and blue. And come have a lot of fun. We'll pass out popsicles that day, and we'll try to, make the most of it. And the last day of camp is Beach Day, Thursday, July 25th. Wear a Hawaiian shirt. We do a little luau type setup. I do not want to spoil and share with you what we do on the last day of camp. The returning campers, please do not ruin the surprise for the new campers. But I would argue this is the best day at camp. It's a lot of work to get all this stuff set up, but it's all for the kids. And we want them to have fun. So every week we will select a weekly camper award. And how you get selected for that award is you have to be coachable, you have to work hard, and you have to be just, I guess, willing to go above what's expected of you. So there's going to be one skater at each level. The winner for the camper of the weeks will get a t-shirt. They will also get a Core Power protein drink brought to you by Corey Hansen. He's a sponsor for us this year. I'm also pass out Gatorade. So if you win camper of the week, guys, it's a big accomplishment. There's only 49 winners. So, there's only one winner each week for each age group. And, if we have 30 kids in the camp, only a couple of you are going to win it. And if you want to win it, just work hard and try to have fun. We'll try to post these pictures like the ones you see here on social media. So make sure you like and follow us on social media. Camper of the year. This is new. We started this last year. So we're going to select one person who we thought had a tremendous summer camp. Last year, the winner was Torger Olson in our Pee Wee group. And the awesome thing about this is the camper of the year gets a free hockey stick. It can be a custom stick. It can be a Bauer, a CCM, a True, whatever kind of stick you want. But there's only going to be one winner. So if you want to be that winner, athletes, you really got to work hard. You got to push it. And again, we want to reward people who, work hard and are respectful to everyone. And luckily, Torger got a custom Bauer Hyperlite 2 last year, and I'm sure he's still using it. And parents, you know how expensive sticks are, unfortunately. So if we can help out and cut some of those costs, we'd be willing to do that. Guys, if you haven't already, follow us on social media at Lushenko Athletics, Instagram and Facebook. Just give us a like and follow. We try to post content weekly. I think it's really cool if you have like grandparents or relatives who are outside of the state who want to keep tabs on what we're doing at camp. I think it's super awesome just to kind of follow us along our journey, because it is a journey. So guys,